How about at the 5? Actually, yeah, let's do it at the 5-hour mark. So in 20 seconds. Are you ready? Artificer Chris, hello! Welcome on in! Actually, hold on. We gotta reboot the core for this to work. We're gaming! Perfectly timed. Start glitchless. Okay, guys, we're doing a glitchless run. Yay! No glitches allowed. No shenanigans, no tomfoolery. We're just gonna play the game exactly as the devs intended. Guys, we got sub 500. Let's go. Let's go. God, that was so scary with the heart piece. I was like, what did we forget? I forgot the last thing you do in post-game after figurines is you go back to Vale Falls, get the heart piece, then climb up. We went to Cloud Tops and dropped down to Big Goron. You're supposed to start at Vale Falls, get the heart piece, climb up, and get the mirror shield, and that's time. We didn't celebrate with the sound thing, so we might do that at the very, very end of the entire run. After our any percent run is done. Guys, this is so out of character for me to just do, like, runs back to back like this. Like, good lord. Who do I think I am? Ah, oh, guys, we can relax. We can relax. The hard part's done. Now we get to just vibe. Don't have to worry about tricks for like 2 hours. It's for like 2.5 hours or more. I am worried about the rupee manip at the very beginning here with this, and like manips in general. Minish Cap, let's go. Because I feel like manips have to be really quick on the menuing at the start, and because I have to like choose a menu, it might be a little thrown off. Right, I have to choose like a file for this to work. Also, I really hope I don't accidentally open like a glitchless file or like my hundo file when I'm trying to like load glitchless after a save and quit. Nice. Nice. Gaming. This is good. This is fun. Honestly, yeah, I'm having a fun time. I don't even feel that tired, honestly. That was so much better. Guys, we shaved like 1.5 hours of our hundo time. Like, what the heck? Ah! This glitch is gonna be real scuffed, though. Don't expect any PBs on this. We are rusty as heck on glitchless. All right. Ow! Alright, opening cutscene, opening sequence, all the same. It's the same in all 3 categories. There's not much you can do. Yeah, glitchless is a fun category because it's all the movement and none of the tricks, right? So it's really, it's also a bit of an endurance test. I mean, hundo's obviously an endurance test, but glitchless is a bit too because it's such a longer category. It's about 1 hour longer than a little more than 1 hour over the any percent, depending on who you are and how good you are, right? So like my PB for any percent is 144, and my PB for glitches is 229. But yeah, I feel like it's like yeah, like a good any percent is, well, I guess a good any percent is like between 130 and 150, somewhere in that 140 range, and a good glitchless is sub 230. World record is 213, which is absolutely insane. Like sub 220 for me is like, that's heinous, because there's not like a ton of, it's like with any percent, the time saves can come from like nailing tricks on the first try, right? Glitchless is just, you have to have like flawless execution the entire time. It's exhausting. Who has the time? Hey. My poor hands are gonna be so tired from gaming. Also, I feel like I don't have any time to like bask in finishing a hundo run. Because it's just like, jump right into glitchless. Here we go. We don't have time to dilly-dally. We're gaming. I'm expecting the any percent run to be super scuffed also, because I just like, I'm gonna be so tired by then. Rude. That was a terrible octo. Also, I kind of like there's no splits here, so I have no idea how I'm doing. The whole time I'll have no idea. Which I think is fun. You could do the math and figure out like from when we hit start to, yeah, I know I'll be fine. It's just I'm gonna be real scuffed. Especially just trying to do like the any percent tricks. I think Glitch is a good break. So remind me not to roll lift also, that's the big one. That's like the glitch you might accidentally do out of habit. Versus most of the glitches, it's like pretty clear when you're about to do a glitch. So roll lifting is basically, it's a way to make your bombs explode a little bit faster. And the trick involves like picking up a bomb in the same frame. Just because I want to like have a full timer on like triple category as like a meme. And I also don't want to like be stressed about like splits. I can like retime splits later if I really care, if I feel like I have like a godlike run. But like at the end you'll see like what the time is for between like start glitchless and end glitchless, right? So at least like we'll know what the time was, and if it's like, oh wow, like that was really good, or whatever, we can go back and like manually time the splits. But I don't want to worry about because my glitchless and any percent are so rusty and scuffed that I just don't want to like worry about being behind. Although again, this is kind of a meme run today, so like I'm not actually trying to like get any kind of PBs or anything. I think for me, the only thing I'm curious about is I want to get that sub 10 Deepwood Shrine. I've never gotten that, and that's sort of like my one thing that I'm missing as a gamer. Like most like good people who are like good at this game, high level gamers, can get into Deepwood Shrine just under 10 minutes, and I've never gotten, I think the closest I ever got was like 10:02 or something. And you just basically have to have like a flawless early game. Which I never do. this is nice. Glitchless is like sort of my speedrunning beginnings, right? So it'll be fun to like get back into it. Like Glitchless is the first category of Minish Cap that I ever ran, and is like the first. Yeah, so actually because we started right at the 5-hour mark, we can kind of tell what pace we're on. Actually, contrary to what yeah, so like 10-12 is about my average for getting Deep Wood Shrine. Because we started like right at the 5-hour mark. So you can use that as a gauge for like what pace we're on. So generally the sort of like numbers you're looking for early game at least, is 10 minutes for Deep Wood Shrine, 18 minutes for finished Deep Wood Shrine, 30 minutes for Enter Cave of Flames, and like then after that it's kind of like a like sub-hour Ocarina. And then like after that I don't really pay attention to like what times I'm on, like pacing. Ocarina's kind of like a midway point because it's like the 3rd out of 6 dungeons. Nice damage boost, I'll take that. You're supposed to get the Ocarina after Fortress of Winds. That's the, instead of an element, that dungeon has an Ocarina as the reward. So that's the 3rd dungeon. Yeah, so the story, right, is like you're like, oh, the element is here in Fortress of Winds. Well, the Wind Tribe has the wind element. So you go and then you get to the end and the Wind Tribe's like, hey, like we decided to leave the Earth and go hang out in the clouds. Come catch us there later. Bye. And then they leave you the Ocarina. So then you know, that's how you know to like go back to the cloud tops for the wind element. Yeah. Story. This game has really fun story. I like it. It's all like, it's inspired by like European folktale, which is kind of fun. Like all the, like the Minish and stuff and the whole like kind of like little elves, you know, helping like Rem build shoes and stuff like that. Like it's cute. Yeah, and it's supposed to, this game is supposed to take place like super early in the timeline too. So like basically this was the oldest before Skyward Sword. So it's like the 2nd oldest game. It's pre-split. It's super early. Alright, something I forgot also with Glitchless is that the big theme with this category is health management. She says she takes a bunch of damage. Yeah, it's pre-OOT. OOT is the timeline split, right? If you look at the timeline, right? So this is like Minish Cap and Four Swords, because Minish Cap's a prequel to Four Swords. And then I feel like there's some other ones before, and then Ocarina of Time is where we like start, yeah, the timeline split. Killed Matter Pillar. I feel like I kind of just do Deep Wood Shrine without thinking. Like, it's a very, like, no thoughts head empty dungeon, just because I've done it so many times. And it's the same for all categories, so, like, you kind of just practice it no matter what category you're grinding at the moment. So, I like this one. I feel like it's a good first dungeon, too. It teaches you a lot of cool mechanics. Like, the whole pushing and pulling, which is, I think, pretty unique to... Like, pulling is pretty unique to this game. For 2D Zelda games. Alright, we got perfect leaf lily padding first time. Will we get it again? I don't think we have enough momentum. Yeah, that's okay. You should be able to build up more momentum for the lily pad there, but that's okay. Yeah, so like I said, like health management in this one is really, really important because you play a lot more of the game than you do in any percent. Any percent you get to skip a lot of content. So you get to sort of jump a lot of the dungeons just straight to the boss and then like heal up in the room before. I think, or get the heart container or whatever. Versus this one, there's a lot of like areas with just not a lot of health. Especially if you like Temple Droplets is a big one. Caster Wilds is a big one. So hopefully we don't die. That's the goal. Yeah, Temple of Droplets is rough. It's brutal. Sometimes, because I'm a masochist, I'll run one-hit KO randomizer seeds, which basically is like just you game over constantly. So that's always fun. And Temple of Droplets is like the worst dungeon for that because there's so like you take so much damage in like Dark Maze, in the Scissor Beetle fights, like just everything. It has all the worst enemies too. The fire bars, like it's a brutal dungeon. Like I agree, it's probably the worst. Yeah, like, I feel like it's hard to tell if this game is like easy or hard because I feel like there's some areas that are just like so brutal, and then other parts where you're just like, oh, this is like really simple. Like it's more fair than like some of the other 2D Zelda games. Right, like I feel like Link to the Past and like Link's Awakening, the Oracles can get like really like aggressive. Because like enemies just gang up on you. This one has a little bit more of that like Ocarina of Time like sword play like as a mechanic, like with the Dark Nut fights. Okay. Almost a sub 18 element. Actually, it might be a sub 18 element. How long is this cutscene? You know what? Sub 18 element. I'll take that. That's good. That's a good time. So I am kind of gauging my time here. That's pretty funny. That's why I liked. Actually, it was really fun that we got to start like right on the 5-hour mark. Yeah, GG's. Alright. Earth element acquired! Let's go. I'm most worried about book quest here. I'm glad we practiced this on Monday though, so it should be okay. And since we just also did a pseudo book quest, for Hundo, should be okay. But that's really the worst part of Glitchless is just like knowing what to do when. Ow. It's probably not gonna be a super clean book quest. So the first like 30 minutes of this run is basically identical to any percent. Except we don't need the Wind Crest here because we're never going to warp to South Hyrule Field. You only warp to South Hyrule Field in any percent because there's two things. Let's talk to Hurdy-Gurdy Man. South Hyrule Field has Tingle for the Magic Boomerang quest, and it has the warp point for the Stranger to get to Wind Tribe. That's gonna happen a lot. Anyways, you skip the fusion there. Which we needed to do for Hundo because that's a required fusion, but for Glitchless, we don't need to worry about it. Okay, so here's where we don't do a roll lift. We do throw the bomb, because that is faster. So there's two ways to speed up bombs. One is to do a roll lift, which just shortens the fuse timer by like a lot for some reason. And the other is to pick up and throw the bomb in this like immediately, like 1 frame later. And for some reason that's just like yeah. And so roll lifts are considered glitches, and just picking up and throwing the bomb a frame later is not considered a glitch, because that's just the thing you do. My menuing is going to be all kinds of off. Ow. Okay. Pick up the mineral water. Pick up some money. Ow. That's the menu in here. Nice. Other small time saves. You don't want to roll into an Ezla trigger because for some reason also like he'll just wait a bunch of frames. I guess to like finish the roll animation or something. And so you want to make sure you're aware of where the Ezla triggers are and you don't roll into them by accident. Which really is mostly early game optimizations because there aren't as many Ezla triggers later on in the game as there are, like, especially like Deep Shrine you saw had a bunch. Ezla's just trying to be a helpful fellow. Alright. Big important thing to do here is to not dump your water and miss the bean. Because you have to trek all the way back and it's just like brutal. Fun fact, that's not considered a glitch. I feel like it's cheating, but that's not considered a glitch. Because you don't change layers, you're not clipping anything, it's just a gap, right? You're just crossing a gap with the gust jar, which is like totally allowed as a movement. So it's like this technicality. Peahats are playing nice. Appreciate you. Alright, grip ring. That's some emergency health if you need it, but we don't need it, we're gamers. So each of these little Cocoa Puffs does like, I feel like half a heart of damage. They're really brutal. Yeah, half a heart. But yeah, this is the part where your health can get a little scuff. Krenel is pretty aggressive. Dang, I don't know what I did wrong with that tech type. Normally he leaves you alone. But whatever. Pushing more blocks, everyone's favorite part. Yeah, these Cocoa Puffs. I mean, that's what they look like, right? It's not wrong. Am I wrong? These are also Cocoa Puffs in a sense. But a little bit less aggressive than the other ones. God, I remember my first glitchless run was so chaotic. I had no idea what I was doing, and like, I was just going off of like random muscle memory and hoping for the best. And then getting super lost during book quest. Good times. Like, I basically decided while I was doing, when I was getting into rando, I was like, oh, like, I heard about this, like, speedrunning, like, glitchless as a category, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to learn glitches, that seems really hard and scary, you know? So I was like, I'll start with glitchless, because it's, like, easier. But once I started running any percent, I was like, oh, like, this is so much better. Because you get to skip so much of the game. Glitchless, you just like the first couple of glitchless runs I did, like the goal was always like, don't die. Yeah, well, it depends, right? Because any percent's like, for this game, if you want to do like super highly optimized any percent, like world record pace, like you have to do some really tricky tricks, some really hard stuff. I feel like that it gets stressful because it's like the game just being difficult. Alright, good on health. Nice. We're not gonna quite make the sub 30. Enter Cave Flames, but that's okay. The nice thing is I kind of stopped keeping track. Actually, sorry, sub-hour Ocarina is not for glitchless. Sub-hour Ocarina is for any percent. I don't know what a good time is for Ocarina and glitchless. Actually, we might actually make the sub 30. Let's go. Because this is where the routes start to deviate. Yeah, there's a sub 30. GG's to me. Some free health drops. That's rude. Here's our first green rupee of the run. As I was like, why don't you hop in that minecart? And he's like, what the heck was that? I want to make sure we kill that guy, because we will be coming back this way, unlike in any percent, where we get to just skip all that. Ooh, nice bomb drops. So yeah, let's see if, yeah, it's all gonna come back to me, my, like, any percent, or my glitchless, like, routing. Right, like, little tricks like that, like, okay, you want to kill the bomb in that room because you're coming back to that room later, and it's in the way. So if you kill it now, it won't be in the way. As the trigger. We don't need to open any chests. Those are gamers. We're not doing hundo anymore. We don't have to worry about kinstones. We don't have to fuse anything. Well, we do have to do, the required story fusions, but we don't have to do any optional fusions. Alright guys, this is the first not trick of the run. This is where we don't do any percent tricks. This is normally where this is where the route deviates, basically. Which is like 30 minutes in, it's kinda late. It's kinda crazy. Like, we really need to find more glitches in the early game, but there's just, you don't have a lot of items, so there's not like a lot of stuff to work with. Yeah, so here's where there's no bomb anymore. We go back. We go this way. This is good, like, good for rando to know, like, what's the vanilla route through a dungeon. If you're low on health at this point, which you shouldn't be, you can pick up that heart piece. Nice! 2 clean chew fights in a row. Let's go. Here's our other key. Because normally we'd save a key by doing some cheating. But instead here we have to not cheat. That's fine. Then we do the rollabite room, totally normal. Which is, you know, kind of boring. So we're doing a little trick called pull pumping that makes pulling a little bit faster than normal. But pushing is like way faster than pulling, so always pull. Or always push if you can. It's not rando, so we don't need those chests. Oh god, this part. Gotta do this from vanilla, no tricks, no cape, no shenanigans. Just vibes. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Nice. Nice cycle skip. I feel like rando at least helps me like maintain some of the muscle memory for this. Like it's good to know what the correct, like what the normal standard route is and like things like that. Because again, normally we skip all this stuff in 90%. Go this way. Go this way. Then we should be able to hop in here. Hop in here. And then just go straight up this way. It looks sus, like we're not gonna make it, but we'll make it. No problem. I guess we could grab a safety fairy if we wanted, but nah. Nah. Because normally you grab a fairy for any percent to do the bottle glitch, but like, it might not hurt to have a safety fairy. We'll bottle a fairy before it's the second dungeon. Yeah, I wonder if we want to maybe get a fairy before Fortress during book quest. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Gleerock's always 8 hits to advance a cycle, except for the last cycle was 5 hits. It doesn't matter how much damage you do, so things like spin attack don't do anything more. Two, three, 4, 5. Ta-da! Now make sure we grab the heart container. Which is so easy to miss, because my instinct is just roll straight up from the element, but then you just end up rolling into the warp and then losing the heart container. Ugh, now I have to climb down vanilla. We don't get to do a fun trick. Boo! Boring! vanilla climb down. Ugh. Yeah. It's such a long way down. Like, why? Why can't you just yeet yourself off the mountain like you do in any percent? I guess this takes about as long as setting up and executing on Chrono Clip, if we're going for literal, like, which is faster. But Chrono Clip has so many other advantages that, like, you gotta... Okay, we gotta go get the red sword now, so we can access Western Woods proper. Set up the Wind Crest, we can come back here with the Ocarina later. God, imagine going to the sanctuary without the boots. So cringe. We gotta like roll down this hallway now. Yeah. My toast is done, by the way. Finally had all 4 slices. Still got a little bit of tea left. I need to figure out what snack I want next. Probably Pop-Tart. It seems the most filling of them all. It's not healthy, but it's the most filling. I also have Cheez-Its and Tostitos. I have some Cheetos also, but I don't want to eat those during the run because I don't want my fingers get all Cheeto-y. So I'm saving those just for myself, on my own time. Yeah, Glitchless Minish Cap's a really interesting category because it's movement based, but it's not like a movement game, right? So like Super Princess Peach is a movement based game, for the speedrun especially. Kind of encourages you to like go fast. Versus this game is like trying to get you to stop and smell the roses and enjoy like the lore and the world building, and I'm just like, no, I gotta go fast. So it's kind of fun to like try to work within that constraint, right? Okay, then we do this fight. Yeah, so this part of the run is a ton of like cutscenes because this is about the 1/3 point. Right, we've done 2 out of 6 dungeons. So we get all the lore drop all at once. No! Not me messing up this fight. Rip. Rip me. Okay. We got a perfect in Hundo, that's all that matters. The thing is, like, yeah, almost everything that we do today, we get like 3 attempts to do. For all the stuff that's shared between runs. So we got 3 attempts to get Wizrobe fight perfect, 3 attempts to get the Smoblin fight, 3 attempts to get a sub 10 Deepwood. The problem with the cutscenes in this game is that even though they're like they're not skippable and they're just like full of text, so like you can't sort of like vibe during them. You have to like still be like paying attention and like mashing. Alright, Western Woods access, y'all. This is what the red sword's all about. Whoop. Ooh. Whoop. Rip. That was me. That was all me. Okay, another cutscene. See, yeah, it's like back-to-back cutscenes, like super dense. Put a little chapstick on. Feel like crusty. Also, fun fact, Vadi never walks, except for in the opening cutscene, in the opening sequence. At some point he discovers he can just warp, and then never walks again. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm a sorcerer. Okay, so read the sign, which starts boot quest, just like in any percent. It's either reading the sign, which tells you like, hey, don't forget to bring your Pegasus boots to enter Castle Wilds, or going into Castle Wilds itself and stepping in the swamp and being like, we need a solution for this. Both set the flag to start the boot quest. Let me go talk to these little Minish. Hello! Hi! Hey! Hey, let's go. You need 3 books for that to be anything, but like, books are fun. Yulari as a check is kind of a meme. Alright, this is the part where normally, this is where you're supposed to do the Wind Crest, but I did it early. That's okay. Going to do Malon's pot. Ooh, I kind of want that heart, but I'm not going to go back for it. You don't want to enter Castor Wilds with not a lot of health because there's not a ton of guaranteed heart drops, and you do have to do the full, you have to do like a Dark Nut fight, you gotta do like the whole thing. I've definitely died to Wind Ruins before because I entered Castor with not enough health, so let's try to be cognizant of that going forward. I forgot about watching my health here. So we bring the Wake Up Shroom to Rem. He gives us Pegasus boots. Because the thing will be, since we're going to start bootsing everywhere and we don't have dash like attack, we just end up taking a lot of damage just ramming into enemies full speed. Which, you know, it's kind of on Link. Yeah, I kind of wish we had a fairy now. Maybe I'll pick up a fairy from... I think there's one here. I'm trying to think. Right, because you just end up taking so much damage. Yeah, I think there's a fairy here. I'm just gonna grab for safety. Because like I said, like health in this run is really, really important to manage. Because you just, yeah, end up taking a ton of damage. Okay, we'll see if I remember the Caster Wilds route that isn't Rush Bow right away. Start with Dark Nuts. So we gotta do the Kinstones. Ow. That's fine. How's dinner? Yeah, it was a little scary. We were short a heart piece, which is... Let's go. Which is, you know, a little scuffed, and I was like, oh no, what happened? So we went through the route again, and it was because I missed the very last one you're supposed to get in Vale Falls. So that was a fun little adventure right at the end. But we did finish our Hundo route in sub 5 hours. So, which I think is pretty poggers. And now we're doing Glitchless, which we haven't done in a really long time. So, here we are. Was our last Glitchless run last time we did a charity stream? Oh, shoot, we can't have a ferry. We need water here. Yeah, no, that's definitely the vibe, right? It's like, it's hard to, yeah, to gauge right now. Shoot, I'm gonna grab the ferry anyway, and I'll just pick up water in town. Like, the optimal route here is you pick up water there while you're, like, waiting for the leaf pad to move. But I would rather have the ferry in case we die, because I don't like our health. And we can just pick up water in town when we need it for book quest. Yeah, it's a little scuff, little sketch. Whoop. Hopefully it'll be okay. Shoot, I always forget about that one. There's our P-Hat friend for P-Hat clip. There's like an Ezla trigger there? Oh, no, it's the first time you approach an Igor, there's an Ezla trigger. That's what it is. Okay, now I understand. Okay. Yeah, hopefully everyone there was like vaccinated and boosted and have been being safe and everything, but yeah. Unprecedented times we're living through, y'all. Sir. Okay, there's our last kinstone. You also want to avoid picking up kinstones in this run because you're gonna have to do all these fusions, right? And so the more you have to like menu to figure out where the kinstone is, the worse off you are. I think the green there was unfortunate that it came between gold kinstones, actually. Whoops. Our health is a little scuffed right now, y'all. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna put these in case we die. We do have a ferry, so we should be okay, but like... It's been so long since we've done a glitchless run, I just don't want to die. No heart drops from Tech Tykes, thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Nah, we don't need. We got a fairy, we're fine. It's like this part that I always die to, for some reason. Or not die to, but like, I take a lot of damage. Because also these stupid things. Oh, thanks for the heart. I'll take that. These beetles, or spinies, or whatever they're called. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Oh, boots. I should be using the boots here. That's okay. So we start with the left-hand side. Oh, Fortress. Fortress is such a maze. We start with left-hand side because there's free heart drops. It's a little scary there. I'm gonna use lots of boot canceling because that's allowed. Basically, we're trying to collect as many keys as possible, and there are a lot. Yeah, Fortress is also a really great dungeon for rando because there's so many optional checks here, right? Because in rando, what you want to avoid is dungeons that are mostly dungeon items like keys, compasses, compass map, big key, all that stuff. I will probably not be streaming tomorrow. Most likely. That's a good assessment. We'll see if I have it in me to do like a chill crochet stream or something, but I would not count on it. Maybe in the evening. Not in the morning for sure. I'm gonna sleep in super late tomorrow. Because I don't know how late we're gonna be up tonight. Probably not super late, it's only 5. But we're only an hour in to our glitchless. Oh, really? Okay. I'm definitely gonna do stuff with Community Day next weekend. That's the goal. Yeah, so we do left side, right side to pick up 2 keys, then we do... Nope. Forgot my movement here. Yeah. Something movement. No armless clip for us. That armless used to always like knock me into the hole too. That was always really upsetting. Alright. It's like grabbing a Pop-Tart. Go up the mitts. Don't forget to open the door, that's a big one. Rocco Leader, hello, welcome on in. Happy Saturday. It's a s'mores Pop-Tart. It's very good. Wow, that's not the button I meant to press. Yeah, Minish Cap dungeons are like super fun. Ah, rats. There we go. Yeah, I really like them. Boop. So we're gonna get the mitts. Normally at mitts we'd save and quit, but we're not doing any RNG manips, so we don't have to do that. And we're not going straight for any of that nonsense. We're going this way. Boop. Yeah, no, I really like the Minish Cap dungeons. I will say Temple Droplets is a little rough. This is the worst part of Fortress, is that nonsense. Yeah, Temple Drop's a little rough. Getting grabbed. Okay, so actually not here, but coming up is the absolute worst floor master in the entire game. Yeah, don't forget to open the door also, Caroline. This is because if you get grabbed here, it costs you like 10 minutes. No, like, yeah, basically 10 minutes. It's awful. So don't forget to open the door, Caroline. I always forget that. Boop. Yeah, welcome on in everyone. We are doing a triple category Minish Cap today. We just finished Hundo an hour ago. We're now on Glitchless. God, an hour ago already? Good lord. Absolutely heinous. So here we are. Okay, we get the last key here, so we can get the big key. Imagine getting the big key in this dungeon. Couldn't be me. Ooh, that's a good Pop-Tart also. The s'mores one. I always like the sugary ones. I have a very much of a sweet tooth. So the ones that are like dessert flavored, like there's like an ice cream sundae Pop-Tart. As this floor master right here is like the worst one in the game. You do not want these guys to grab you. They're looking okay right now. They're looking like they're pretty out of the way. Okay, we're good. We're good. We made it. And then you just gotta power through this Moldorm. He's gonna hit you, but it's like you take more damage trying to fight him. Which is a similar approach with like golden enemies in Grandas. Like you take more damage trying to fight them. Then we'll go this way. Beep boop bop. Roll this way. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We got grabbed. How unfortunate. I'm just joshing y'all. That's faster than saving quitting. And there we go. Not a bad fortress, honestly. I'm surprised I remembered the route that accurately. Like, we didn't hesitate anywhere. Which is nice. Guys, I actually remember how to play this game. Believe it or not. I should be grabbing arrows here, but oh well. Alright, back left. So my prediction for the next one will be on the right side. Or middle. This boss is so good. This is actually my favorite boss in the game. It's just like very like satisfying too to like snipe him, right? Like the movement can be really smooth. And it's, you know, it's a classic hand-eye boss. What's not to love? It's got something adjacent to marshmallow. I'm not sure if it's literal marshmallow, but it is like it's kind of like fluff, like marshmallow fluff type. Okay, middle. I can give you a look inside. Like that. I think it's marshmallow. I haven't looked at the ingredient list. Oh yeah, I ignore marshmallow. Gelatin I don't. That's too much to think about. That's sort of where I am a little bit of a not as strict. But it's a good point, yeah. I know that's like a debate, right? Same with like, is like honey vegan, right? Just, yeah. I ate marshmallow. Marshmallow tastes good. Love s'mores. They do make vegan marshmallows though. That is an option. I'm guessing though that this is probably gelatin. It's actually wild to me that like, that it's like cheaper to use like animal like I feel like there should be a synthetic marshmallow that's like cheaper than this. You know what I mean? Alright. Book quest! Let's go! Everyone's favorite part of the game, where you have to just figure out which characters to talk to. Yay! Oh, yeah. Yeah. You gotta pick your battles, right? It's not necessarily, marshmallows, I feel like, that are causing the biggest problems in, like, terms of, like, the meat industry, right? This is where we need water. Yeah, so that's why we're not supposed to bottle it. I was like trying to remember if we needed a fairy. But you're supposed to bottle water in Castor Wilds. I had no faith that I was gonna be able to do this. Book quest, book quest, book quest. So we get the book. We walk back, because now we're gonna actually just go this way. Pick up the book. Don't forget to do that part, Caroline. Yeah, there's so many problems everywhere, and it's just like, ugh. There's so many problems in the world, and I feel like being vegetarian is like easy enough for me to do, that at least I can feel like I'm doing something. Alright guys, time to talk to the dog. Don't forget it. Talk to the dog, talk to the dog, talk to the dog, talk to the dog, talk to the dog. Actually talk to the dog. Don't just say you're gonna talk to the dog, and then forget to talk to the dog. Literally, don't go down here, just walk straight up. Yep, good job, Caroline. Talk to the dog. We did it! Woof woof. That is the easiest step of this quest to forget, and it's like such a pain if you miss it, because you have to like walk all the way around. But this is a shortcut that lets you go back and forth between the shops here. Now we go talk to Yalari, because we cannot return the book until we've determined that it is a book that needs to be returned. Because that makes sense. Lamau, yeah. Thank you for redeeming Pet the Dog. I appreciate you. You're redeeming Pet the Dog in spirit. We're gonna go. Let me thank you for redeeming Boop the Bidoof, which is similar to Pet the Dog in energy. Alright. So this whole book quest we're doing is to get the flippers, but before we get the flippers we have to get the power bracelets. Because that makes sense. Let me try to find a good spot where we can Thank you for redeeming Boop the Bidoof. Bidoof has been booped. Forgot to talk to the Minish. This is the worst. This is the worst. Once more, another character we have to just like arbitrarily remember to talk to. Otherwise that other Minish will just be in the way and be like, no way, it's too dangerous for you to go to the fountain. There's like scary cats and enemies and things. And like this guy just stands in your way for no reason. And moving when your Minish is so slow. Like you really want to optimize this whole segment of the game because it's a lot. The nice thing is that at this point right here we have the bottle equipped, so this is where we pick up our safety fairy for the run. And then we get the power bracelets. I don't think Ocarina is actually the play there, but whatever. You gotta love that useless dialogue. The useless required dialogue. Alright. We got the power bracelets. Time to go get the book from Dr. Left's attic. I think that's the last, like, arbitrary flag we have to set, though. Now we just have to finish getting the books. So, not the worst. I'm really glad we reviewed on Monday the book quest, because otherwise I would have absolutely completely forgotten how to do it. Like, I don't know if y'all saw my stream on Monday, I was like, oh, let's like learn some like hundo, like tricks and strats and stuff. And we ended up just practicing book quests, because I was like, oh, I need a file where I have, like a save state where I have flippers, so let's like go get the flippers real quick. And it was absolute chaos. Like, absolute mess of an attempt. Like, I was wandering around being like, where do I go first? And where do I go next? So, this definitely helped a lot. Pick up the book. Now back to Lon Lon Ranch. To go to the mayor's lakeside cabin. Whoop. Boink. Some of this, something just fell in my eye. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So diagonal movement is much speedier than vertical movement, which is why we do that like blowing to the side thing. Because I think diagonal movement has the same, so like right normally with speed, like you have a slightly slower speed on the diagonals because of how like the distance you're crossing is greater. So if you cross something math, triangles. Oh wait, not yet, Caroline. You have to actually go get the book, you Doomkopf. Okay. Whoop. Now we can go. Now we can go turn in the 2 books. One, 2. Good lord. So now we got the power bracelets, we got 3 books. Now we can get the flippers. This run has so much like menuing you have to pay attention to. Right, like all the menuing is kind of like, it's like vaguely familiar. I'm like, oh yeah, like that's right. You have to have like the cane equipped here, and then you're gonna equip the gust jar next, and like and the sword, so you can fight the scissor beetles. There's a lot of trying to like optimize that. Doing menuing 2 items at once if you can. A lot trying to figure out what are the next 2 things you're going to need. Obviously, I'm super out of practice though with that. Wow, it's like we were just here. Doing a hunter run. Then if you're low on health, there's a heart drop there, but we're actually fine. God, the number of scissor beetles you have to fight in this run. Heinous. Absolutely heinous. Okay. Don't grab the kinstone, you don't need kinstones. There's flippers! Hooray! Now I can go to Temple of Droplets! Yay! Swimming, swimming, swimming. We're swimming, we're swimming. And enter Todd. Alright, no OG. Guys, we don't do any OGs. That's great. We can just play the game as intended. And play this godforsaken dungeon, where I will definitely die. Thank God we have a safety fairy. Definitely worth getting for this. Which means I no longer need the ocarina, because we're not going to use that in this dungeon. Anywhere. Ow. It's like, Esley, you don't have to explain to me how pushing ice blocks works. You can figure that out. Ah. We'll go this way. Get to do this puzzle. Ah! Ah! Oh my god. I used to be good at this. God, it's been a hot minute since I've done this. You're supposed to start from the top, that's right. So, quit. I'm worried about getting my manips to work for any percent if it's on the 3rd file like that. That might be a little tricky, but hopefully we'll be okay. Always with the Ezla triggers. So it saves a couple frames if you go underwater as you're falling for some... Like, it saves you from, like, playing, I guess, a Link falling animation. So, a lot of, like, little... Yeah, this run's really interesting because there's a lot of, like, little time saves like that. It really is an epic Minish day. You're not wrong, MDoom. We are back at it again with some glitchless, which has been a hot minute since we've done a glitchless run. I'm trying to remember when the last one was. I don't know if we did any this year. I think the last one might have been December. Hundo's done. Hundo was sub 5 hours. Yeah, actually, if you think about it, we're not even at... Our last Hundo run took us 6 hours, 27 minutes. And we're already like an hour 20 into... Yeah, because we started our glitchless run at exactly 5 hour mark. So we're actually ahead of our first Hundo run, and we're already like part way into glitchless. This is crazy. No, huge time saves on Hundo just by knowing what the heck was going on. And like, it turns out when you do something and then you do it a second time, you improve a little bit from the first time. Especially figurine manip was a big one that we wasted, literally, I looked at my old Hundo route. We spent 30 minutes trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm doing from longest to shortest. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I'm thinking, like, we could just bang out an any percent, and it'll just be kind of be funny at that point if I, like, struggle on tricks, because it's just, like, Lamau, I'm just trying to be a gamer. But yeah, longest to shortest I feel like is the right play. Oh, guys, it's my favorite trick from this run. We haven't done this in forever. Y'all remember this one? How fast can you get 100? $100? Because, yeah, if we hit $600 before the end of the day, which I'm telling y'all, like, we're getting there. I may lower it to 550 if it looks like we're struggling, but... Oh, how low can I make my Hundo run? Ugh. Beanstalk wall chest, that's the Krenel Beanstalk. So the very northwest corner of the map, basically. If you climb, you know the big Krenel wall. Oh god, look at all the damage we just took. I forgot about this part, Temple of Droplets. Look how quickly we just, like, yeah, Temple Droplets just drains you of your life force. My lord. Yeah, so the beanstalks in general, all around, are, like, really good, really good locations in general. But yeah, Kernel Beanstalk's a classic. Once you have Grip Ring, you want to go straight there. If you have the mitts too, you can do Sean Cave, which is one that isn't really annoying to have to come back for later. So that's something too if you want to wait until you have mitts, but I wouldn't. Okay. Crumbs all over myself. It's messy. Yuck. Okay. God, yeah, this dungeon drains your health. We don't have lantern. We have to actually do this puzzle correctly. It's not even much of a puzzle. Okay. Time for Blue Chew. Yay, Wobble Fett. try not to die here. A worthy goal. That is what the safety fairy is for, though. But you know. Okay, left side half turn again. Good. Man, the pixel art in this game looks so good. Not gonna lie. Like, just look at the gooiness of this guy. Ow! I got distracted by the pixel art. It was too pretty. Oh, we're not done yet. I was like, oh, time for Octo. Guys, we're so far away from Octo. We have to do the whole freaking dungeon. How sad is that? We gotta do Dark Maze. We gotta do the Scissor Beetle fight. Whomst. Why are there so many Scissor Beetles here? This godforsaken dungeon. I think this is the last, like, Minish dungeon. So they just filled it with, like, the hardest Minish enemies. Which are these Scissor Beetles. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, Dark Maze is the worst, honestly. It's just a place where dreams go to die. Yeah, if you want to be frustrated, you should play one-hit KO randomizer. You definitely learn to, like, just bring fairies with you everywhere. Like, as soon as you get bottles, you just fill them up with as many fairies as you can hold. Yeah, Lamau. Rip. Yeah. It's a good check, though. Like, there's a lot of checks here. So it's usually worth doing, even if it is frustrating to get to. Okay, there's some hearts here we can restock so we don't die. But yeah, look how much damage we've taken in this dungeon, my goodness. Don't think this is a heart. No, but that one's a heart. What? Oh yeah, no, that should have been a heart. Yeah, it was a heart. Why was it also arrows? Or was it the Moldozer? Anyway. Yeah, then this room just sucks. Oh, let's go. I think there's some hearts here? Yeah. You really learn with Glitchless, you learn where all the heart drops are. It's essential. Little rupee hallway, very pog in rando. Also, that room we were just in, I don't know Ash, if you ever figured that out from the other seed you were doing, but that's like the gap you can cross. That's like the dark room I was talking about that you can cross with the Rock's Cape. So you don't have to like have flippers to be able to do the 2 levers. Cool. Just checking, yeah. Yeah, this dungeon's a bit of a maze. But it kind of makes sense once you realize that it's like... Nope. That kind of loops it on itself. Like, the dungeon design is like really good. There's a lot of like Fortress has this kind of like maze-like, but it's like left, right, middle. Oh god, we're gonna not make it because we're not gamers. Shoot. We lost too much time here. We're not gonna make it. Yeah. Yeah, maps definitely help a lot. Take 2. You have to, that window there is really precise for, you have to have like really good ice movement to not mess that up. This room's the worst. Thank you, Firebars, for being kind of nice to me, though. Appreciate you. Yeah, this part's the worst in Rando, too, because, like, there's no checks. So it's just doing the dungeon, which just feels bad. Because it's all these, like, difficult rooms in a row. This took me forever to get good at. This is so hard. And then this is the only thing that's actually flippers required in Temple of Droplets. This is the only thing that would force you to have flippers in Rando. But you can get over it with the cape. I'm gonna set up the red warp. Hate those things. The fun fact, the game can crash here sometimes. If you roll and turn off the lantern at like the same time, it's just like too many things happening at once and the game just is like, nope. So just basically never turn off the lantern while you're in this room and you should be good. But like, why would you? Alright, and here's the other lever. Yeah, so the structure right for this dungeon is like there's two levers you have to push. I'm gonna kind of loop around like that. Ow. My poor gamer hands. Oh, I never... No, I did. Let's go! Take 2 on Octomanip. Or not Octomanip, but on Octo. Let's see if we get 0 ink this time. One of these 3 times. It's a 1 in 3 chance of getting 0 ink. So one of these times has to work. Because that's how probability works. One of them's guaranteed. Ow. Come here, lady. Hey, lady. Give me no ink, please. I'll be your best friend forever. This is another boss fight, like Layrock, that can like really just spiral out of control if you're not paying attention. Like if you do a consistent strat, like the strat I'm doing right now is like the consistent like approach as part of the manip. I just don't actually do the manip correctly because then there's some extra steps involved here. Boo! Octo! Why you gotta be like that? Alright, third time will be the charm. Hopefully in any percent we'll get a 0 ink. I don't even think it's even odds, like 1 in 3, but it's like... Ooh! Swear to God if she double inks me again. Boo! Not the double ink! No! No! This costs so much time. This is why the MIP exists. This is why people use it. 2 ink is just so brutal. It's like 30, 40 seconds that you just can't say make up any time. Basically a minute. Okay, that'll be. Yeah, I know. Octo! I thought we had something special. Why would you do this to me? So apparently this Pop-Tart's a good source of B vitamins. It says it contains wheat, milk, soy, and egg. Actually don't know if this contains gelatin. Oh, no, it does. There it is. Yeah. Contains gelatin. It's just not listed under an allergen for some reason, which I guess is fair. But also, I'm doing thank you for redeeming $1 using your channel points. As a reminder, I am matching channel points. So if you got some channel points sitting around, burning a hole in your pocket, start wasting them on a worthy cause. Alright, now we're actually gonna do Royal Valley for once. As soon as the king asks us to. What a concept. But first we're gonna go get the blue sword. Beep. We're good, we're fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. Yeah. No, it's like, that's something I've like thought about before, and I'm just like, yeah, like I'm fine with gelatin. Ah, rats, we didn't get the swag strat. Boop. We got it in Hundo though. What I'll do is I'll just make a compilation of all the swag strats we got across all 3 runs and just see, craft the perfect run. We didn't do McYeehaw for Hundo. Should we do McYeehaw for any percent? How much are you guys willing to donate to get me to do McYeehaw in any percent? $112 channel points, Lamau. Gotta be a little bit more than that. It's all I have. That's true. 50k? Ooh. Channel points or... or dollarinos. So yeah, if you guys don't know, McYeehaw is a fun trick. That's fair. We're supposed to do this on the way in. I forgot. But yeah, McYeehaw is a fun trick that has like basically a 50-50 chance of soft locking you. True. You don't even need 50k to buy a new computer. You could buy like a really nice computer with way less than that. My new computer that I got, it was actually less than 1,000, which I was really surprised. It was like on sale. Because I kind of budgeted for like something in the like less than 2,000, something like less than 1,500 ideally. Okay, up, left. Yeah, I was like, I don't need a gaming PC. I was like, I want a laptop that is... So basically the laptop I bought is like the exact same computer that I already had, except this one's not 7 years old, and I've never spilled LaCroix on it. I figured that's good enough. Yeah, but I don't need to run games that are... I need to run DS games. Maybe N64. Maybe I'd go so far as to run N64. But yeah, I don't need to like be able to run like anything high-end PC. Cool. We actually got that this time. Thanks, Crow, for being a butt. Yeah, that's the thing, exactly. Like, I don't really care about graphics at all, clearly, since this is... Like, Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, or favorite console Zelda game. I feel like Minish Cap's probably my favorite handheld at this point, in terms of just... vibes. In terms of hours put in. I guess Breath of the Wild also is really high up there, but, like, even that's, like, got that sort of, like... not quite, like, aesthetic, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, like, realistic graphics, it's, like... The Switch is not, like, a super powerful... I think the thing, too, like, I've always been a Nintendo kid, like, we've always been a Nintendo household, and so having, like, the most high-end, like, cutting-edge graphics was never a priority for us with gaming. Like, Nintendo's always about, like, the gameplay first. You don't like Breath of the Wild? That's fair. It's very different from other Zelda games. So, like, it's fair to like Zelda games and not Breath of the Wild. I really liked Breath of the Wild. I thought it was very, very fun. Although I only put, like, 90 hours into it, which was a lot for me. I don't play a lot of games that much. But yeah, like, it's not... I put, like, 500 hours to Animal Crossing, so... But I think Breath of the Wild's fun. Like, it definitely is, like... It's a take on... I guess it's, like, an open world that felt... The first time I ever felt like an open world game was actually, like, accessible and, like, not incredibly overwhelming. But yeah, I hope that they continue to make, like, traditional Zelda-style games as well. That aren't necessarily, all of that, like, open world style. Like, Breath of the Wild 2 is probably gonna be very similar to Breath of the Wild. But I hope that they make, like, these 2D styles, these top-down ones. Oh, I'm sorry, I just, like, woke up this ghost. It's just like, excuse me? Yeah. Yeah, I like the lore. For sure. Right. For a second I almost forgot what we were supposed to do. But yes, we're supposed to do cloud tops now. Cloud tops. Alright, he's done. I think during credits of Glitchless, I'm gonna go refill some snacks and beverages because I'm out of tea, out of LaCroix. Don't want to finish that coffee. Actually, I'm gonna grab this bomb refill. Gotta do a vibe check on the bombs. Whenever you can. Yeah, because I feel like the Zelda franchise has kind of split itself off into like 2D and 3D style. And so like, I hope that they keep that, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. You might enjoy Breath of the Wild more. Yeah, I found like, I think for me, I'm just like a sucker for Legend of Zelda in general. So I was like, slap a Zelda like skin on it, I will play this game. Right? Ah! Shoot, I didn't mean to fall there. Like, have y'all played Cadence of Hyrule also? That's a great game. But it is like a totally different game, right? And normally I don't do roguelikes. I'm not a huge fan. But I was like, ah! Slap a Zelda skin on it. Now I'm all about it. That's a fun game. I should play some. I should like get back into it. That's one that I wish I was better at, like, because it's a fun game to play. It's very like satisfying to get into like the rhythm too. Yeah, exactly. It's good, but it's hard. I feel like it would feel really good to be good at that game, right? Like, it'd be really satisfying. Like watching people who are like really high level playing it, at, you know, like double tempo, like if you die, there's like a mode, a super hard mode. Like the core base gameplay is like really hard, but then there's like these modes you can play. Like, oh, if you miss a beat, you die. Just like, what? What? Like, couldn't be me. I feel like Hundo was a really good refresher for Glitchless, actually. Like, having to do this was a good way to, like, with the lower time pressure, it's Hundo. The East Garden chest. East Garden? Is that Hyrule Castle Courtyard? Probably. So that's either a Minish, there's a Minish chest and there's a normal size. Okay, yeah, Hyrule Castle Courtyard. There's a pond that you can go into. That's like it's dried up, has like a ladder or a staircase. And then there's a tree you can bonk to become Minish, and there's 2 Minish checks in Castle Courtyard as well. This is a fun trick, I like this one. This area is such a maze if you're like not familiar with it. The layout is so confusing. I always got super lost here as a kid. But now I like just know exactly where to go. Sag. A lot of people say this is like the best track in the game. I think it's pretty good. I think there's other good tracks that are forgotten. I really like the Dark Hyrule Castle theme. But this one definitely has like an air of excitement to it. Don't mind me. Just having a little snack. This is my dinner. God, I'm gonna feel like crap tomorrow. Or after stream today. Like, I feel like whenever I eat like junk food as a meal, I'm just like, wow, why does my stomach hurt? Oh yeah. Alright, press F to pay respects to Greggle. Greggle's big dead. We did not save him. We did not even try. F. Talk to Dad. Talk to Haley. We still have our safety fairy. Fairy Pog. Let's go! Yeah, pour one out for Greggle. Like this if you cry. Like this if you cry, Evertim. Alright. In any percent, Palace is a really fun, cozy dungeon with lots of easy to pull off but satisfying tricks with big time saves. In any percent, it's a slightly different story. Almost. Alright, that works. Whatever. One day I'll get a good Wizrobe fight. But today is not that day. Yeah, so in Palace of Winds, this is a dungeon where you do not want to die. I really do that jump off of, like, vibes. I do not have any kind of visual cue for when to jump. I just, like, feel out the rhythm. I'm like, yeah, this feels right. This is another fun little trick that doesn't count as a glitch. Is the jumping on the clouds, because really you're just, the game is just checking, like, are you in the air and touching a loading zone? So if you just jump off the cloud and the loading zone is close enough, you can just skip that. Really, the things that are considered glitches and not glitches is just up to, like, the community and their vibe. And the tricks people do or don't want to do. But yeah, this dungeon's a little bit less fun than in any percent. I think the thing with this dungeon is, like, it's very linear. It's very long. And there's a lot of, like, this kind of thing of, like, waiting on platforms to move. You guys think we should do pot push? Seems like a, you know, is that a good check? I guess we'll do pot push. God, it's been forever. I always skip pot push in rando, because it's such a slow check. And then I always regret it, because it's usually a small key that's required, or an item. Ow. Bum. It's not the worst dungeon though, Palace. I think the problem is that you just go along. It's like super, if you die, it's like so slow to like backtrack. So that's why we have our safety parry. Also, we have to do, since we have to like do all the actual dungeon, we can't like skip. We have to do the whole fan loop, which I think is the scariest part of this dungeon. Oh, it's only 2, not 3 there. Which comes right up here after the flail soldier fight. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, normally we'd cheat in any percent and have a key here, but we don't here. We have to like do this the classic way. Yeah, fan loop is where it gets a little scary. Luckily there's a couple hearts here. Nice, that was actually really good moblin. I definitely died to this room, and this is like the worst room to die to. Because it's right before the dungeon like midpoint. So it's just like the slowest like crawl back. Because we basically would have to just redo the whole dungeon from the beginning like that. That's not a key. That fight can also kind of spiral out of control if you're not careful. Oh, there's like some fast strats people use. Honestly, yeah. Huge mood. Also, do you know that there's an Ezlo trigger that you can skip? Because that took me forever to figure out. That works. Yeah, wizards are the worst. Yeah, I didn't know you could just jump over Ezlo triggers. The cape is so OP. Like, the cape is so busted. Alright, we need, I think, 2 or 3 more. That's a compass, Caroline. There's 2 or 3 more keys we need. Oh god, this is the part I don't remember, actually. Shoot, we need keys. Yeah, this inner part's a bit of a maze. Right. Here we go. That was some random muscle memory there, taking to the compass. Okay, there's one here, then we go do P-hat room. Fun little trick there. Little cheeky little trick. Two. That Gibdo's so scary. Yeah, it's worth killing those so they don't grab you. Because yeah, those floor masters will take you all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon. That's like such a pain. There is a midpoint at least, but it's like not a super convenient one. Then here's YOLO jump, which you just have to YOLO. There's no way around it. We're a little crusty on bombs, but we'll be okay. Last key. Could have restocked mobs again if I wanted to, but whatever. Alright, then we do the maze. If we wanted health, we could restock here, but I think we're actually pretty good. Ow, sir. On hearts right now for Gaia Orb. Two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. power. Mm. What was I thinking eating chips? Sir. This part of the fight is the most RNG. This like third cycle. Because you don't know what the blue guy is going to do at any moment. And he's just going to kind of ruin your day. There we go. Ah, one hit off. That's so annoying. Oh my god, how quickly we run out of health in this fight. There we go. Easy fight, easy boss. Okay, one more. God, I love hint of lime chips. Those are so good. Wish I had some salsa, but I didn't want to have like salsa sitting out all day. I feel like that's also a recipe for a mess. Eating chips and salsa while gaming. Who do I think I am? Alright, that's the fourth element. Let's go. Right? I just made some homemade salsa earlier this week. It was really good. I never made homemade salsa before, but my friend like came over and we like cooked, made some like tacos together. It was really fun. Highly recommend. You got a little food processor. It was like 2 tomatoes and a jalapeno and some cilantro, and that was basically it. And then like spices. It's a little wet, like, so not chunky, because it's pretty processed, but it was pretty mild too, because whenever I like cut jalapenos, I always like cut out, you know, the rib, because that's like the spicy part, but for salsa, you kind of want to keep that rib in, and like the seeds and everything, because that's what makes the salsa spicy. So yeah, it was pretty mild. Next time I think I'd make it a little spicier, like I wouldn't cut the ribs out of the jalapeno, but I'm so used to like cooking jalapeno, like, to eat directly in a cooked dish. And I was like, oh, gotta make sure it's not like crazy hot. But for salsa, you want that spice. It's good stuff. Whenever I like go home, also my dad will make like salsa verde from scratch, and that's always like super good. I'm a big fan. All right. With like the roasted tomatillos. Oh my god. Yum. But I also have like a bunch of cilantro now in my fridge. I wish they sold cilantro in smaller amounts. No mortal can consume as much cilantro as they sell you at the store. Like, the big like bunch, it wilts so fast. It's like I only ever want like a little garnish, like a little bit of cilantro on top. It's like a little treat. I'm not like using it intensely in my cooking. Like, I wish they sold cilantro as, like, here's, like, 3 stems of cilantro for, like, the meal you're cooking tonight that asks for cilantro. No. Alright, here's the other trick we gotta make sure we don't accidentally do. Whoop. Cutscene walking here is another thing that you could accidentally do from muscle memory, and it is considered a glitch. So just gotta make sure we run right into the Ezlo trigger before we do anything. So cutscene walking is a trick that lets you walk during this little cutscene. Great name. And it basically lets you like start charging your sword early while you're waiting for this to play out. And it saves you like, I don't know, a noticeable amount of time. Alright, do I remember how to do DHC? Let's find out. You really don't want to get hit by these wisps. Getting cursed is no fun. It costs a lot of time because you can't Minish shrink while you're cursed. You have to just like sit here and wait for like 20 seconds until the curse is lifted. It's pretty heinous. It's really stressful when you're like, especially for DHC, you're like coming up on, you know, good time. And you're like, oh, like, here we go. And then you just have to sit there like stressing about splits and everything. But first, we saved the king! Yay, we saved the king in this version! Finally! Poor king never gets saved. I don't know what item I need here. But it's definitely a save and quit from the king. We do still have our fairy, right? Yeah. Ba-da-da. We set our quick warp. Can she do it again? Can she do the cannon skip twice in a row? Let's find out. Oh, let's go, gaming. Let's go. Ah, what a gamer. You love to see it. Things you love to see. It. Sir. Throws my timing off a little bit, but I think we'll be okay here. Yeah, we're fine. Does she remember how to do this dungeon? Let's find out. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Let's find out. Always have the boots equipped. Oh yeah, I remember this room. Okay. Where the heck is stupid Minish Cap Castle? It's Castle Courtyard. They're attached to the fountains. To the dried out fountains. You can see if you look, there's a tiny Minish hole above them and a tiny staircase. Yeah, it's not the Minish crack that you would think it is. That's just like nothing. I think it's just someone you confuse with. Apparently these cannons can't even hit you. They do literally nothing. No! I'm so stupid. How embarrassing. You always go left to right here, so you don't do that. Yeah, I was like, this feels off. I feel like I should be on the other side. Oop. Ow. Ouch. Okay, that's fine. Forgot how long this dungeon is. Also the fact that you really have to check your bow, your like arrow count, because you don't have a boomerang. But luckily, there's a refill right here. And also, no boomerang means no free fairy drop here. Like, boomerang really does help so much with any percent. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whew. Nice, that was lucky, because we messed up the strat. Yeah, it's in, yeah, the northeast corner. You'll see like a little hedge maze. Or not hedge maze, but a little like hedge with a hole in it. And like to the left of that, there's like a dried up fountain. It's like a staircase. If you're playing with open fusion, which I think you are. Okay. Time to boots cancel. I used to hate this room so much. It's gotten better. I still kind of hate it. There's a lot going on here, but I've stopped dying to that room as often. Or getting grabbed. The worst is getting grabbed by the wall masters. I think there's a heart refill here I might want to grab. Eh, whatever. Also, Joe, don't tell me what to do. If I want to fall into a bottomless pit, that's my prerogative. Actually, hold on. There are hearts here. I'm just gonna grab just because the sound is bothering me. Oh, it's just the two. That's fine. There's a tree you could bonk. Try bonking with, the boots. Don't task strats today, Caroline. Man, remember our hundo run a minute ago? When we, like, completely borked this room? I don't think I've ever messed up that room. Of course, it's always the last one you check. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, in the vanilla game, you have to bonk a tree to become Minish in Lake Hylia. And so that's sort of, like, assumed that you... Like, that's where the game, like, teaches you about that. And the tree's a little hidden away, too. I don't know my menu, like, what menuing I need to do here. But yeah, look at all the dark nuts we have to fight. I hate this. This is why I started running any percent. There we go. We gotta do these 4 towers. Oh yeah, there's some hearts here as well. Glad to know I still remember where all the hearts are. Sir. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. And then the last one. So yeah, there's 4 towers we gotta complete with 4 dark nut fights. God, this dungeon's like so full of dark nuts out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, I heard you like dark nuts. Alright. And everyone was like, no, we don't like dark nuts. And the game was like, oh, might be, I misheard you. There we go. You gotta be really like smack center there for that to work. Weird to do this room forward and not backward. What's that? Yeah, what's that? 3 at a time? My goodness. What a spoiled child you are. But sure, anything for our precious gamer. Was anyone counting how many rolls that was? I think that was 4. So much for body manip. 5? 6? 7? 8? 9. Let's see if that works. I don't think this is correct. Oh well. Oh, that heart would have been nice. But that's okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad, not bad. I'll actually take that. That's a decent Darkna fight. Who needs a manip when you can just do that? Easy clap. What? I missed a cycle? Rats. Rats. Again? Or is it 2? I think it's actually 2 cycles with the 4 eyes before it becomes smoke or whatever. Evil aura. There we go. Yeah. Sir. Okay, not a bad body one. Hope I have enough arrows here. I feel like we often run out of arrows at this point. Okay, not a bad body too. Alright. This is actually not that scuffed to run, y'all. I'm like shook. Oh. What just happened? Oh my god. I was like, oh my god, I was so scared for a second there that we just like soft locked or something stupid. Oh my god, I've never done that before. Okay. Speaking of not that scuffed to run. We're gonna have to have a pretty god-like V3 though for a P. I don't think that's in the cards, but we're gonna get pretty close. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna get suspiciously close. I'm trying to remember how long a body fight is, but I think it's more than 5 minutes for this whole escape the castle sequence. Anyone remember how long a V3, an average V3 split is? Yeah. I feel like it's usually around like 7 or 8 minutes. That's a horrible arm placement, by the way, sir. There's no need for that. No need for that, body. Okay, good. We got him cornered. That's a good first eye, first arm. Not a bad second arm, honestly. No! Rats. That actually was really sad. That's gonna cost us a bunch of time. That's also gonna cost us time. Don't let your peebs be memes, be dreams. Shoot. No! Rats! Oh, there goes the dream. Y'all! That might be a PB? Does this say 229.17? Do my eyes deceive me? Guys, I think that might be a PB. What's our... Wait, hold on. That at least is super close. Does anyone remember off the top of their head what my... Oh, can someone type exclamation point PB? It should be there. It might be 13. It might be 229.13. Guys, what's my PB? Guys, that was a PB! Let's go! Let's go, the derust peeb! That's such a meme. That is such a meme for Minish Cap to like get a PB on like a derust. Guys, the last time we ran glitchless was... Oh god. I'm gonna look it up while we wait for credits to roll. Oh, we had a Scuffy 3 too. Oh my god. Our last glitchless run was December 3rd. And it was a 244.49. Guys, I don't think we'd cracked 230 since our PB, since September. Actually, I think after we hit 229, we just stopped running glitches, that's why. But like, oh my god. Ah, I'm crying. That's so funny. We just got a PB. Oh my god. Let's go. I'll have to retime that to make sure it's super accurate, but yeah, that's between when I hit start on glitchless and time on glitchless, that was... Who needs splits when you can just like wing it? Like, let's go.